Peace and joy, guys. Welcome back to another video, Drumheller Farms. And today is October 1st. And these cattle are in wonderful condition. Everybody's full. Just doing an afternoon move here. Look at that fat cow. Beautiful grass that we have here in these paddocks. We're talking hip high. Everybody's fat. Everybody's happy. And we're still moving every 12 hours. I just pulled them off of a paddock that looked just like this. And if you guys remember, if you're following along on the channel, this was a paddock that I tore up earlier this summer. I misjudged the amount to give them. Some areas are taken down a little further than others, but for the most part, this is a pretty good even graze. This is 12 hours right here. Pushed them just a little bit in that. But what they're going into here next is beautiful sort of grass. You can see it's all leaf. Pretty much 100% leaf. Little bit of seed head there. Crabgrass has gone wild this year, and something that's happened, I think, because of the moisture. There's my trouble cow. If you guys noticed last video, she has figured out how to take her right horn and hook the fence and push it, and it's becoming an issue because I've come back to paddocks a couple times, and there's, half the cattle herd is on the wrong side of the fence. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm thinking about snipping them horns off, because she is a dandy cow producing dandy calves. Look at the gut on her. It's dragging on the ground almost. Well, it is dragging on the grass, but skinny little petite legs, short in stature, small little sack. I mean, there's everything about her is perfect, other than I never thought I'd have a problem with those horns, but for some reason those horns are becoming an issue. 627. And there's my dream cow right there behind her, 33. I love that girl. She's been quite the dandy. You look, she's got maybe 10 flies on her. I've never handled her, but she lets me pet her. That just shows you how docile she is. And she's been putting out some beautiful calves for us. As a matter of fact, I think that's her calf right there. Speaking of the calves, man, do we have some nice calves this year, guys. Right here is one of them, 425. Look at that guy. My goodness, I thought as soon as he hit the ground, I thought, man, he might be something to keep for a bull. He is just a beefsteak up front and in behind. Come out of a Murray gray cow. Bred to 100% South Pole, so he should be about 50-50. Here recently, nice steer on his way to finishing. Here recently, there's been one that's starting to kind of outshine him, and it's come out of that one's mom's sister. And I just found him here. There's 316. Call him John. Right here. So if he quits sucking on that teat, it'll give you a pretty good idea. He is just not the biggest neck, not as ripped out as that one that we just seen over there, but everything about him is just solid. He is a solid calf. See you, buddy. And you can kind of see him here. Geez, look at him. My goodness. 57, you did a good job with this one. And she's 100% Murray. Again, he's bred to 100% South Pole. come out of one of the Judy bowls that we have. Look at him, man. Just a beautiful steer right there, or bull. He ain't steered yet. All right, guys, I just moved these cows. This is officially the second day of third rotation 2024, and yes, you heard me right. That's the first time that's ever happened. Normally I'd be on, you know, fifth or sixth rotation by now. But interesting enough, we are also stockpiling an entire farm this year, which I've never been able to stockpile a farm in my whole grazing career. And nor have I ever come in at December 1st and grazed grass, hip high, 100%, 100% leaf. I mean, just look at this. That's the waste. It all has to do with non-selective high density grazing. If everything quit growing today, I would say we have a considerable amount of grazing ahead of us, a couple months at least. This little girl got a hurt foot here just this morning, I noticed. I think she stepped in a hole in this last paddock. How you doing, baby? You doing all right? We're close to the corral, so by the time we get over there to the corral, if she's still limping, we'll throw her in there and take a good look at her. This is a brand new heifer, first year being bred, and great size. Yeah, can't really tell with as tall as the grass is if there's something going on with her foot, or looks a little swollen. You doing all right, babe? Well, again, we're a few days away from the cattle working facility, so if need be, we'll push her in there and take a look and see what's going on. Here's our water source for this area of the farm. We got one frost free here. It's servicing 3 fields, and not very big fields, but probably, you know, 12 moves or something like that, 8 moves, so somewhere between 3 and 5 days, 6 days worth of paddocks are fed off of this one frost free right here. All right, guys, last batch of chicks are out on the paddocks. We're going to take a look at them, and I want to show you how these turkeys are growing. These chicks are 5 weeks old, and they are doing really, really well. You can see the pasture that they have. Probably could use a mowing, to be completely honest with you. I'll probably get out here sometime this week and throw a mow job down on this. See them in there eating all that grass? Yes, they're mowing on it. You can see how clean these birds are. They're just a beautiful white, clean birds. And these are 10 by 10 crates, and I'm only running about 30 birds in each of them. So some of them only have about 25 in each. So they're gonna be some really, really, really good grass-fed chickens. With 100 square foot and only that many birds, they're gonna be finishing the year with some delicious chicken. And again, they're very clean in there. I could actually probably get by with only moving them every other day, but I'm just going ahead and moving them every day just to just to make it work out all right. That's funny. All right, guys, here's the turkeys. I don't know how many there is here, probably about 50 or something. And you can see these guys all puffed out. Settle down, guys. They dumped their water. All right, guys, I've really enjoyed doing the turkeys. They're a very gentle bird. You can kind of herd them like dogs, which is kind of cool. And when we go to move this net fencing, literally we just take the net fencing down and call them back into it, put it back up. They kind of, they don't run away. They kind of just hang out right by you, and you, like I said, you can kind of herd them like dogs or something. Call them right in. That's kind of how I describe them, is they're kind of like dogs. They're real gentle animals. They're just cool. They're just cool birds, really. A little thirsty right now. So we have this water. I normally fill up a couple buckets for them. And then I got another, come on, a Plason here that I fill up as well. And that goes into their hut. This hut's pretty darn tight for all of them. You don't see them in there unless it's raining, and they'll all get in there. And here's the reason why. I got about 3 different batches all together here. And how we're doing these turkeys mainly this year is we're selling a lot of turkey ground, right? So we're taking a lot of these birds and we're just grinding them. So needless to say, what we found after our first batch, you know, it costs a lot of money to grind these things. Processing is not cheap to do turkey ground and turkey bacon. That's kind of the main thing that we're doing with these two with these batches of animals, is two main things. All right, guys, so one thing I wanted to show you that really amazes me about these turkeys is how much they actually do graze the grass. So they've only been in this paddock for 2 days. A lot of it they've trampled, obviously, but man, they eat a lot of it too. I want to show you where they just came out of. You can, I don't know how well you can see that in the video, but there's a circle right across there that you can tell has been grazed. It ain't just been trampled. I mean, look at that. That's grazed grass right there. So, man, these turkeys, they definitely graze the grass. And with as many as I got in there, I could probably move them a little more often than once or twice a week even, really. But that's about what I move them, once or twice a week. And they hammer it down pretty good. All right, guys, I gotta check on lambs. I just moved them a few days ago. I think they're gonna have one more day left in the paddock that they're in, but let's go take a look and see what they got going on. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and move these lambs. They've been 3 days in this paddock, so I like to move them about every 3 days, 3 to 4 days, 4 at the max. I thought I could have got 4 days out of this, but really, I got some other stuff going on tomorrow, so I'd rather get them moved tonight. They look like they're doing pretty darn well. If anybody's got any comment on them, feel free to tell me what you think, because this is my first year doing sheep. And all I know is I couldn't give them any better forage. I can tell you that much right now, because what they've had all summer long has just been primo feed. And they got a nice even graze going on here. I mean, look at that. What they got is amazing. Come on, sheep. Come on, sheep. Come on, sheep. All right, guys. Well, I got to run down to the heifer farm, put up a fence, and get ready to get those heifers out of the lease farm. We took the bulls out when we moved over here to this side of the road, which started our third rotation here. So there's no need to have the heifers down there on that farm. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run them through that farm one more time. Let them clean that thing off real good. Clean up all the grass. Might as well not increase this herd just yet. And then I'll be bringing them back home, and I'll take you guys along with me on that. Look at the sassafras trees. First ones to go. Guys, fall is here and winter's coming. So we're gonna keep grazing as long as we can. And I do have a new water solution for you. Something from Wilson Cattle Company. They sent me to try out a new water. So that video will be coming up, but it probably won't be here for a little while, so don't get too excited. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the channel. You hit that like button, it really helps get the word out here about what I'm doing over here, and gets the channel in front of other people. So I appreciate it. God bless.